Hey, hello. So I finished a book. I finished Malibu Rising. I gave it 3 stars. I thought it was pretty good. It moves pretty slow. If you don't know what the book is about a rich family and 4 siblings who are rich but weren't rich and they're rich now. And you also learn about their parents and the emotional abuse between the parents and the effect it had on the kids. It did give me summery vibes since it was about Malibu. I gave it 3 stars because mostly I didn't care about the family because the author didn't make me want to care. It's about a rich family and it's split between one night where there's going to be a big party, which is called the Rivas party, and in between chapters it goes through the history of the family. So it's jumping back and forth, which is okay, but in doing that it made me care less about the family. Every time it mentioned June or Nina, I wanted to know more. But the author didn't let me because it kept mentioning random things that were happening at the party or the events leading up to the party and random side characters that I just didn't care. And the ending was okay, I guess. The party gets out of hand and things happen and mostly it just kind of ends with like a okay feeling. So while it was fairly interesting to read, it wasn't that interesting. So I gave it 3 stars. Hey, hello. I finished another book. I finished Beach Read, and I have thoughts. If you don't know what the book is about 2 writers who end up on the same beachfront. They decide to make a bet and swap writing styles. One of them is a romance writer, and the other one is more of a literary fiction writer. And so they decide, let's write each other's genre and see how it goes. And I thought that sounded fun, and for the most part it was. That part was interesting. The issue I have with this book is the romance aspect. This isn't my first romance. I've read other romances and I usually give a 4 or 5 stars. I know what I expect. They're pretty predictable. So I kind of expected this to be that, and I was disappointed because it's not that. It's basically 2 people who are just lusting after each other for some reason. One of them is more of an avoidant attachment style and the other one is an anxious attachment style, and they're pretty much just lusting after each other, which, is fine, but that's not love. I guess the issue I have with it, if there even is one, is that I see romance as either two aisles. One is very unrealistic and fluffy and fun and just a nice time. The second one is a more realistic approach, but still enjoyable. And this book took the more realistic aspect, except I couldn't believe the ending, even though I can believe the ending of more fluffy, unrealistic books, because I buy into that. But this one was different. I could tell the characters were real or were based off of real people, and they have flaws, and that's good, but 2 people like this wouldn't have a happily ever after. So by the time I got to the 70% part, I fully expected them to not get together, and that would have been more realistic, I think, than them actually staying together, because it was just too realistic for me, and it gave me flashbacks because I have met a Gus, I've dated a Gus type of person, and it didn't end well. It ended in heartbreak, and I couldn't believe the ending. That's basically it. I see it as more of a literary fiction than a romance, and if it was written that way with a realistic ending, I think I would have preferred it more that way versus a fake ending. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't know. It's not like I didn't like it. It's that I didn't like it as a romance and its ending. It's unrealistic ending. Maybe it's just a me thing and my experience is playing a role in how I rated it, but that kind of happens. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't give me nice, fluffy, unrealistic vibes, which I kind of hoped for, and instead it gave me realistic, here's what never happened for you kind of vibes, and it rubbed me the wrong way. I did also read Attached recently, so I don't know if that's playing a role, but I could very clearly see that this was an avoidant and anxious attachment style coming together that were just lusting after each other, which generally doesn't end well. I don't know, I just gave it 3 stars. Take what you will from that. It's written well, but it wasn't fluffy and it's not what I expected. Cool. And these are all the books that I read in this vlog. Both of them are 3 stars. Both of them had summer vibes, but they weren't great reads. Hopefully I read better books soon. Both of them are authors I actually want to keep reading from, so I'll see how that goes. Hopefully those turn out to be 4 or 5 star reads. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.